Hello, welcome to another one of my Slab City updates. The Eco Village has been kind of quiet this week. A bunch of people took off to court sites to go to the gem shows because, the travelers like them shiny rocks. And actually, in case you are unaware of this, shiny rocks kind of act like a currency amongst travelers. They can be traded off for things that you could use that you would buy with cash. So people definitely like their shiny rocks, and so a fair amount of people took off to that. Another one of the members went to go get their kid and come back, and a reason for a lot of these people taking off and such is because of the expected weather that was going to be happening, and yeah, we were expecting some rain, and so normally when it rains, I just throw a tarp over my bed area. I stay in that general area, and it's fine. Um, However, when we got one of the hardest downpours that we've had since I got here, uh, my tarp gave way. And it took less than a second for the water to run from my feet all the way up to my ass, because I was sitting up at on my bed and just kind of chilling. So yeah, it happened quick, and pretty much at that point when that gave, all my belongings got soaked because the living room area of my house is not really set up to be waterproof. It's semi-water resistant, little drizzle, stuff's not going to get too wet, but in an actual downpour, stuff gets wet. And in fact, I generally put stuff in underneath my coffee table top, and it stays dry. Not this time. Stuff got soaked. So it was pretty bad, and yeah, I ended up spending that night fighting off hypothermia, and good thing I had one of those shiny emergency blankets. I wrapped that around myself, and then covered myself up with my wet blankets, and it kept the moisture off of me. So, and I stayed fairly warm. And in the morning, while I was all bundled up, I kind of have this blanket that I throw over my head. Can't really see. Well, if you're a human or if you're a bird, you can't really see that there's a human in there. And while I was doing a little wake and bake in the morning, not once, but twice, I had a bird land on my head and kind of hang out for 10, 15 seconds and then took off. May have been the same bird, could have been two different birds, I don't know, but I thought it was kind of cool. Um, and yes, that night definitely took a toll on my body and my immune system. So, for the first time in about 20 years, I have the sniffles. Oh no. And people were giving me shit. It's like, oh yeah, you talk about how you never get sick. Look what happens, blah, blah, blah. I was like, nah, I got a little tiny bit of sniffles. I still think my antibodies are doing well, because other people have been vomiting and such, and not so much for me. So, a bunch of us on Monday took a trip to El Centro, a day trip to El Centro to go to an all-you-can-eat buffet and go see the new Star Wars. We had a pretty good time. Did end up all the stuff that we had to pick up and things like that. Things ended up running late, so we kind of decided not to do the put our meat in your mouth Mondays, because it also had rain while we were in the movie theater, so we weren't sure people were actually going to hang out at all. But there were a few people that were disappointed, and sorry, but yeah, this week it'll go on. So in my last couple of videos, I've talked about interactions that I've had with crushes, and while none of them have really panned out at all, I have been actually spending a little bit of time with my very first crush from Slab City, and I had just been invited to the Haven for dinner. Pastor Dave every Saturday gives a meal away to the people before the range, and then so my first day here, some kid invited me, told me about that. I went there, and while I was hanging out, I saw this cute little blonde, dready chick, and her crib midgets come out of the desert, and I was like, yeah, right on, there are some attractive women here. even age appropriate, because I have dated more than my fair share of people younger than my daughter, and so age appropriate is kind of nice at times. So yeah, that was definitely one thing that stuck out. But then also I saw her hanging out with this guy a lot as well, so I kind of thought they were together, and apparently they weren't. And well, anyways, it's a new season. I know she's not, or I know she's single. We've been hanging out a bit here and there, so wish me luck with that. This morning I was actually woken up at just about 6 o'clock, a little bit before 6 o'clock, with Chad screaming, call 911, the A-frame is on fire. And yeah, I look back at what time I called 911, and it was 9:59. And he had just been coming back from the hot springs, was getting ready to get some sleep, and he had seen some light movement over at the A-frame. Shined his light over there, didn't really see anything. Went back to his business, and then heard some noise going on over there. And then he was like, hey, what's going on over there? That was followed by some cracking of plywood, and next thing he saw was flames. And yeah, so that whole place went up really quick. There was really no saving it. And yeah, so fun times to wake up with. And so while I normally do edit my 4 questions with Cause and uploading it and splicing it in different places, today's recording of some 4 questions with Cause was a total shit show that I think its entertainment value alone makes me think I should just post this unedited. So that's what I'm going to do. So here's a special treat for you. A couple of 4 questions with causes that is totally unedited, and you can kind of see the shit show that does happen behind the scenes when this is all going on. I hope you enjoy that. That's okay. We need the crazies, people looking crazy as well.
I got that. Down without the flag.
So it might be running to San Diego for a couple of days.
Yeah, I've heard something about that. San Diego and then Oregon?
Yeah.
For a couple days?
San Diego for a couple of days, and I could be back. I gotta be here Wednesday for court.
Oh,
Yikes. Yeah.
Alright.
And I just pumped gas right next to a cop today. But it wasn't my car, so.
It's a great decision.
I feel like I saw you last night too.
Yeah, he was there last night. Weren't you?
What, the range?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you actually handed me something that wasn't fucking dosed. I was highly disappointed.
What?
You went, hey, Cause, and you walked over and you fucking handed me, nobody else, just like directly to me, and I was like, alright, maybe it's dosed. Nope.
You can't put dose in cream anyway.
Can't? Why?
That's why they use Kool-Aid.
Why?
You ever heard them putting it in cream?
I have never heard them not putting it in anything.
I've put dose in fucking McDonald's coffee on Haight Street and got really fucking high with a few people.
And what? If I'm dosing too hard, just drink some cream and it goes away? Like, why wouldn't it work? See, it could.
It could.
You could have just put it on the fucking lip, and all I wouldn't need to touch to my
The
mouth.
whole time.
But it would have been more like, hey, Cos, give me your hand. There'd have been no
It's the
pussy
anecdote
putting around
to,
it. Give me your hand.
Pepper spray? Milk, creamer. Anything with lactose in it? It's gonna pull
See you on
Tuesday. True. crazy fool that I spend my life with. Love you all.
We love you too. Most of the time.
I most of it.
Gotta have that.
Nothing is absolute.
He's just mad because I talk about him dumping his balls out that one night all the time.
You dunk your balls on who?
I didn't actually.
On nobody. He dumped him out of his. Like I was not there.
It
However,
was
I've
one
heard in
night
detail
at
multiple occasions.
Put a Meat
I
in Your
can't
Mouth
include
Monday,
that.
and the party went over to Rob's new tree, and somebody was talking shit about Anonymous, so I was gonna fucking pull out my balls and go, anybody who thinks people with Anonymous are dumb, have brains smaller than this, get everybody to turn around and go, ball gazers! And as I'm fucking, getting my ball sack ready for viewing, the
Peanut gallery?
energy, the angle that he had, looked like I was about to take my ball sack and dump it on Mouse's head.
Right, I remember that now.
Yeah.
Energy's an idiot. It's funny.
Oh, Christ.
And then it was funny, when I said that,
Weren't you just pulling out your balls at the range the other night?
to get drinks,
Make fun of him.
get
I did it like
drinks?
5 times.
So you saying I can get free beer by showing my screw?
Brown's around.
Rob will give you shots of alcohol for balls.
Really? What do I do? Oh, you got
Smile.
Can I borrow your guys' balls? One night, I'd be like, look, he's got balls too. Look, I can get like 10 of them to show you your balls.
Hang on. In all fairness, since I don't drink,
You can show your balls for me,
and
yeah?
get you the drink.
That's awesome, yes. I got it figured out. What if you're not around? I bet you I could convince somebody else to do it too.
I'm sure you could.
go to
All you
that.
have to
All
do
right,
is give
see
him
you
that
now.
one look that you have and the really sweet face, and yeah, you can get it.
My liver really wants you to give me a shot.
That face. One of those faces. Yeah, that one. That one.
Should I mermaid too? Like, yeah, I coined that phrase.
Oh my God, that was
Okay.
beautiful.
I have never heard
It's
it
called
before.
mermaiding, and it's when men do it all the time. I love it. They go like this. They're sitting there, and they'll put their legs up, and they'll look like I don't know, or they're like on their belly, like you know what I'm talking about. All of you do it. I'll catch all of you one day, maybe.
Part of your world.
Wow. He did it right now.
Is this what you're talking about? This is not comfortable.
It's not. Your shoulder always hates you when you get up. And you still do it
No.
on the ground. A lot of men do it on the ground.
I don't get on the ground either. I'm too old for that shit.
Oh man.
Alright, so you ready?
I slept on a slab of concrete
Yes?
on the floor of the castle last night. This morning.
So very comfortable
Yes,
at
I'm
all.
never gonna be ready, but
All
I'm
right.
always ready.
You're sitting back. Scooch a little bit that way.
Huh? Me?
No, him.
Oh.
So he's out of the
Cigarette. That's right. Cool. I can smoke in this, right?
If you want to.
Oh, I'm smoking in it.
Alright. Let me get a little bit of coffee.
Are you not in it either, though?
Oh, I am in it. It's on
Good.
it
glad.
cuts off about here and it cuts off about there.
Can we get shit tickets out of it?
Sure, if you need some shit tickets, I'll hook you up with some
They're right
shit.
there.
Oh, out of the
That's awesome.
I'm usually a pretty good communication buffer. I'm getting better and better at it.
Yeah? Did you speak to...
Alright.
I speak
Hello,
bad
Sean.
English and not
All right.
so bad English.
Shh, too many people now. We're gonna record. You can stand right there. Let me get this recording done and then fucking go back. In 3, 2, 1. Hello, we got another 4 questions with Kaz. We got Shay with us today. Shay, tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name's Shay. I'm from Chicago. I've been in the slabs about 6 months, I want to say, and...
Alright, so what brought you to Slab City?
Originally it wasn't the plan to end up in Slab City. We got pulled off a freight train in Texas, and we were headed to North Cal. It's a trim. Got pulled off a freight train in Texas, and this was kind of in between. So we're gonna stay here and get her. Yeah.
Alright, cool. So what
I'm still here.
Yeah. So what has been your favorite thing about Slab City? Did you forget already?
Of course.
It was the sunrises and sunsets. So, should we do that again?
That's terrible. No, I can't remember any of them.
See why I said there was going to be bloopers?
Wait, you mean so this was all rehearsed?
We went through it once so she could get an idea of what was going on.
My memory's terrible. It is. It's the worst. Dude, I cannot remember any of the questions or answers at all.
See, I said the same thing.
Actually.
He told, instead of like being understanding
Dude.
with you, he told me that's good because I like you fresh.
Well, fresh is not.
Doesn't work for her.
Yeah, I feel like.
Rehearsing
were
doesn't
they
work
again?
either.
What were they again? Why am I in Slab City? Is one of them the one we just did?
Yeah, we already did that one. So, what we're on is what's your favorite thing about Slab City? Sunrises and sunsets. Really, the only reason why I'm still here. God, I remember your answers better than you do.
Yep.
Part of the reason why I remember it is because that was my answer.
Why-
Was the fucking sunrises and
All we can
sunsets.
have. I'm telling you, what we can have. It's totally all people can take of me. It's true.
All right,
Same
so
way sometimes.
what has surprised you the most about Slab City?
That's terrible. Yeah, no, we'll be here for a while. I mean,
So do I play the edited version or the non-edited version? Because this shit's actually hilarious.
This is pretty great, it is.
how did that mermaid thing go again?
Oh, don't worry. We got the mermaid on. Fucking...
There was a moment right before you started when I wondered if you were already recording, so that was pretty great. That was a pretty great
This
lead
is
up
what
to
we're with. That's why I said it was bad decisions.
All right, and lastly, if there was one thing you could change about Slab City, what would it be? And I am
The
playing
politics.
the politics. And I am playing this unedited.
The politics.
The politics.
Most definitely.
Cool. Well, that's been another 4 questions with cause, peace, love, and all that hippie jazz.
I think that's exactly what I said for
I've been called a hippie so many times in my life since I got here.
what I would change is the politics.
All right, you ready,
Nobody ever
Superman?
called me a hippie in my life.
Yeah.
All right, switch out.
You.
You were a horrible interviewer,
Terrible.
but oh my God, are you going to be entertaining?
Oh, terrible.
Beautifully
It's a catastrophe.
catastrophic.
For
Beautifully
sure.
catastrophic.
I call my fuck shit up, I leave.
Beautifully.
I know
Catastrophically
exactly
beautiful,
right.
yes.
I call my fuck shit up, I leave. Or I call my conquer, I leave.
You what?
Come fuck shit up and leave.
No, you said something
Or
about
come conquer.
conquer. All
Yeah,
right.
that was the word conquer.
Yeah.
I came, I saw, I conquered.
Catastrophically beautiful?
Yes.
Yes, catastrophically beautiful. Catastrophically beautiful.
Hey, we're
You!
warning. You're walking in on a recording. Just so you know.
How?
About to do a interview. If you want to do one, you can pop in the seat next. Usually pack a little bit, smoke.
Man, gosh.
What's this? Oh, yeah. Cool. Thank you. Much appreciated.
So that Seattle game, they're going to whoop Minnesota, eh?
I just got followed in by the cops. I need to smoke.
Followed into here or just?
Yeah,
Oh.
from town. From basically the railroad tracks all the way in.
Because
Yeah,
you
the
had
Paul has
money
to
to
come
go to
catch
the
up to me.
bookshop.
So then he sits right there. I parked at the range. And
Uh-huh.
he sits right there at their little hangout spot. And so I'm like, well, fuck, I'm not going to hop back on my bike, and I don't really want to bring it back here anyways. So I come walking to over here, and I'm like, oh yeah, that whole fucking thing with the fake movie selling dudes last night. So I went up and told him about that whole thing. And he's like, okay, well, I'll pass it on to the night guys, and like...
They don't care.
He actually seemed like... his interest was really piqued. He asked if the guy was asking any underage people about this movie thing. And I was like, well, not that I saw. But this was like after midnight. There wouldn't have been any really...
Please, so would have asked Jamie's kid.
Oh, yeah?
The hula hoopers? If they were there. I bet you.
I should have just said yes, because that will definitely get their attention. When you're, creepy dudes trying to get kids to go in their van at night. Bad news.
Alright. You ready?
I believe so.
In 3, do you want to be called Chris or Superman?
Yeah, let's go, Chris.
Alright.
Yeah,
In 3, 2, 1. Hey, we got another 4 questions with Kaz. We have Chris with us today. Chris, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, my name's Chris. I'm 25 years old. At least this body is. Grew up in Northwest Arizona in Prescott. I have an amazing tan. And yeah.
Alright. So what brought you to Slab City?
A crazy ride out of San Francisco. That it was definitely the universe to some degree. I was contemplating coming down here before I even left Arizona, because I'd heard a lot about Slab City, but I hadn't really come down here yet, and I had already done the San Diego thing one winter, and it wasn't exactly the most welcoming of environments, so I heard that this was a cool place to chill and that it was supposed to be fairly decent weather.
Right on. So what has been your favorite thing about Slab City?
My favorite thing about Slab City? Well, having grown up in Arizona, which even in the Northwest is enough of a desert that we have the beautiful sunsets that deserts are so famous for, and sunrises, and just the stars as well. Like that it's a chill place that I can not have to worry about breaking down camp every morning and moving my backpack across an expanse of a city to a chill place to be watched.
What has surprised you most about Slab City?
The surprises. I'm really surprised at how much the cops are out here, because I was told that didn't happen before I got down here. That they just kind of stayed out. So, it kind of bummed me out a bit.
And then lastly, if there was one thing that you could change about Slab City, what would it be?
Definitely the politics, and more water that doesn't taste like chemicals. Because I've had water out of the tanks, and it doesn't exactly taste, it's not pleasant on my taste buds.
Right on. Well, that's been another 4 questions with Kaz. Peace, love, and all that hippie jazz. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that shit show. And anyways, that's another one of my Slab City updates. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. If you're already a subscriber and you'd like to support this channel in some way, you can always send me some dollar bills via PayPal. I do have some Amazon wish lists. And you can always send me a care package. Address, links below. Anyways, peace, love, and all that hippie jazz.